I'm with Neptune Finance, built on an Injective.
I'm with Anchorage Digital.
Commodities, perp.dev, focusing real world assets, but they are derivatives.
We're the market leader right now in hackathons.
We're like the on off ramp for 1 inch.
We partner with Circle, Solana.
We have more than 20K people interacting with our dApp.
Kaira is a Web3 social application.
Flap is a social token, fair launch and trading platform.
Welcome to our virtual meetup. I call it Web3 Connect Fest. You can call it whatever you want. It's just an opportunity for all of us to connect. For those of you that don't know me, I'm Mikhail. I help to connect and secure Web3. And so I do that through my work at Certic. Many of you know my work there. From there, I decided to help connect, and hence why I decided to create this amazing community and wanted to make it a little bit different than most Telegram groups out there. Wanted to be a little bit more intentional about bringing people together. And so we do that through these virtual calls, and also we do that in real life. There's a lot of new faces here. I'd love to start off just going around the room and just give a quick spiel about who you are, what you're working on, and ideally who you would like to connect with, if anybody in particular. And then once we get done with that, we're also going to have Stepin, who's going to give us just a little bit of a highlight from a job talent perspective, what he's looking at. He helps a lot of the folks within the community find jobs, also works with a lot of the projects and helping them secure the right talent. So really good at what he does, and always appreciate the valuable information that he provides. And then also Sebastian, who's with Aquanow, institution out of Canada. They do like a monthly report. So he's gonna come on to the stage and give us a analysis of what we're doing. Now that we got all the formalities out of the way, let's go ahead and start off with the introductions. And even if you've done this before, even in every single one of these meetings, I still want to hear from you. Others want to hear from you. So even if it sounds like a broken record, the fact that you're here, repetition is key, right? That's why we're all here.
Yeah, so I'm Granit, the founder of Walletor, one of the biggest marketplaces in crypto. And right now we are creating a marketplace in crypto, and we are launching our token as well. And we have so far more than 75,000 products live, and you can pay with 20 different wallets with Coinbase Commerce, and we are adding other payments as well. So that will be us.
Thanks, Grant. Anybody in particular that you're looking to connect with?
We would like to have VCs, and we just wanted to say hi because our fair launch is live, and whoever is interested in investing in a startup, next 24 hours they can invest.
I'd just like to echo what you said, that luncheon, thank you very much. It really gave a chance to know people on a whole different level. And yeah, there's levels from just chatting on Telegram to being here and seeing each other in face-to-face, and then to actually be face-to-face. So I have been here for weeks and got to meet Samuel for the first time. And then Samuel and I have been able to do about 4 business deals since Consensus. So, I mean, it's just amazing to see this group flourish and to do that. I'm Chad Kutchell. I'm with Neptune Finance, built on an Injective. We're a lending protocol, and we are networking with institutions currently looking for big money, people that want to lend, people that want to invest. So neobanks, family office, hedge funds, those who I networked with at Consensus and continue to follow up with. So if anyone has any of those, we're also have a business-to-business product that we're doing throughout the IBC, and also looking at wallets. Granite, where are you at again? But yeah, wallet integrations, anyone who can and wants to capitalize on our lend rate at Neptune.
Amazing. And by the way, Chad, I think Melch says that he lives right next to you, so you might get doxxed. So I would be on my best behavior if I were you.
Hey, GM, Drew McGarrett here, calling in from Brooklyn, New York. I'm with Anchorage Digital, so we're the only federally chartered crypto bank in the US. I focus on institutional sales, primarily protocols, but you can consider me kind of just an entry point to Anchorage Digital. We have a ton of legacy products and new products that we've launched this year, including fiat custody, stablecoin rewards, Atlas, which is an institutional settlement network. So yeah, keen to connect with a variety of different folks. As I mentioned, protocols, VCs, asset managers. Happy to chat and great to be here. Thanks for the invite, Mikhail.
I'm Trevor, shoot, from Dorahacks. We're the market leader right now in hackathons and developer initiatives. We have a platform that anybody can run a hackathon on for free. We're also partnered with a number of ecosystems, 30 or 40 of the major ones out there, to do kind of long-term ecosystem initiatives for them. We do validators, we do infrastructure, we have our own chain that facilitates quadratic funding and voting rounds for the Interchain and Cosmos and anything connected via IBC. We do grants, we do venture, we do all sorts of stuff. And in terms of connections here, like anybody that is thinking about running a hackathon, let me know. We kind of make it easy for you. All the challenging stuff we kind of take on for you. And if you're launching a new chain, come and chat as well. We're always jazzed to help new chains get started. I know it's hard. So definitely do reach out. And if you're also interested in decentralized governance, our QF and voting technology that's out there is pretty cool. And happy to support any way possible. Yeah, thanks for putting these on.
Hi everyone, this is Yudi, and thanks a lot, Mikhail. You're honestly well connected and one of the best person and one of the best events I've been to at Consensus. That really helps a lot. So myself, I was more like a TriFi person before. I work in hedge fund space for many years. Actually, one of the largest family office turned into hedge fund. And then I graduated with a master's degree in computational science, so it's very tech oriented as well. And I then founded a company Kodo Finance with my couple of other like crypto native co-founders. So what we do is essentially two things. First, we have the most covered ramp aggregator. So we're like the on and off ramp for 1 inch. This one has already been live for several months, and we work with a couple of really exciting business partnerships, including like some of the DAX. They're using our ramp aggregator to onboard Web3 user in this cycle easier, and also some of the NFT market and GameFi. So I'm looking forward if anyone needs such services like banking as a service or on-ramp services, I'm happy to connect to. And the second part we're building is BTC focused banking protocol. So what it does, it's we have some like traditional banks that we cooperate with, and they're going to provide us like our users a fiat currency account, and then essentially that extend to our on-chain capability to also keep users' crypto assets on the chain. So this way, we work with a couple of like DeFi protocols, like we're working with our Millennium Chain, etc. So we let our user bring in their TriFi money like a floodgate to bring TVLs to those like DeFi protocol, etc. So we're essentially honestly an aggregator, but works as a commercial bank, but it's a neobank for crypto-friendly users, etc. So in this space, I'm definitely looking forward to connect with people that working focus on like BTC ecosystem, BTC layer 2, staking protocol, restaking, etc. And then and thirdly, so we're also raising for pre-seed, the first time opening up for external money. We're trying to optimize our cap table, while in the meantime, we're very happy to say that we raised like a 60% vote, what we're targeting at. So and the third part, which basically extend to, I'm happy to connect with any venture capitalists or angel investor that are interested in our protocols and details of the product, so I can share more and maybe schedule a call from here. But yeah, that's all.
So I am Miguel. I am from Barcelona, Spain. Now I'm based in Andorra, and I'm building a perpdex with these two guys, Albert and Omar. Do you want to say hello?
Hi, nice to meet you, everyone.
Hey, Omar.
Yeah, first meeting here. Nice to meet you all.
Hey, Albert.
So yeah, we are right now building a perpdex. We have the perp in the testnet since 2 months ago. We have more than 20K people interacting with our dApp and more than 30K users in the Twitter. Well, the name is Dexodus. I'm not sure if I tell it, but and yeah, right now, well, we are the three of us are tech guys. We come from the technical background, computer science. I also have logic background. I did some formal verification. And Omar and I were working in Halborn for a couple of years. So a lot of experience in auditing DeFi projects. And we wanted, well, and Alvaro, Omar and I were met in the blockchain master degree in the Polytechnic University of Barcelona. And from that point, we started to do some stuff together. and we decided to build a PerpDex. And we realized that a lot of PerpDex were like really far from the community, and they are not connected with the retail investors, and we want to provide different things to connect with them in different ways. And the main source of it is the gamification that we provide. We also provide some leagues of traders, and yeah, they can compete with each other in the leagues. And there are some breakbacks, some jackpots, and fun functionalities that can keep them more engaged. And this is what we are building. We are really happy to connect with different potential partners. Also, we are raising the pre-seed round since 1 week ago. We didn't start it. We don't have any funds yet. But yeah, we have some verbal commitments, and that's it. Really happy if you can help us with this or any other partnership. So thank you for being here, and Mikhail, it's really nice to meet you, and thanks for letting us to be here.
I have two things that I am executing behind the scene. The first one is actually we have a Web3 marketing studio for projects who want to launch and grow in the Turkish market. So to this site, we can be your gateway to the Turkish market if you need any marketing or consulting or business development needs from this niche market, one of the largest market in crypto actually. And the second thing actually we are doing, we have our own startup, which it is Kaira. Kaira is a Web3 social application built on top of Lens protocol. At the moment, we are fourth biggest application on the Lens protocol. And we are raising for our seed round, and we almost just get a soft commitment for the half of the round. So if you are interested to onboard, just let us know. Even if you are not an investor, if you want to chat about SocialFi or Lens protocol, you can just text me anytime, and I will share my TG handle on the chat. So that's all from my side.
Hi everyone, this is Gülcan. I'm also from Turkey. I live in Boston though. Let me know if you are in the Boston area. So I am working at Ryzen. I'm the co-founder of the company. So we help the global workforce, especially the developers, learn about the blockchain technology and build products on it, and hopefully launch startups at the end. So we partner with large blockchain protocols and amazing partners like Circle, Solana, Andromeda, and Scroll, and a lot of other blockchain players to reach developers with like really quality educational content and bootcamps and other events activities. And we believe a lot in the local community building. So we are very big in Turkey and India and several other developing countries as well around the world. My passion lies in really helping people in countries like my country and other developing countries to really catch this train of blockchain and not be late in innovating and training their workforce. So we are very passionate about helping people as much as possible to gain the necessary skills in this new space. Another audience that we train is also enterprise employees. So a lot of enterprise companies are super interested in about how they are going to adapt to this technology, and we are also training employees at these companies, especially with like amazing partners like Circle. So this is generally it from me. I mean, if you need any help with like, building your developer community, reaching out to the developers and generally like enterprise employees about like explaining your technology, what you are building and why they should, build on your technology, like I would be happy to talk with you. So nice to be here. Thank you, Mikhail, again, for creating this community. It's amazing.
Hey everybody, and thanks Mikhail for bringing us all together here. My name is Austin Dergi. I'm with Sphinx Protocol. I'm one of the co-founders over there, and typically lead up the BD and marketing efforts really, but we have a great talented team of engineers and people working on what is a commodities perpdex focusing real world assets, but they are derivatives. So you can think precious metals, agriculture, energy assets like oil and natural gas. We will be trading as a perpdex and for rolling futures contracts, fully decentralized off-chain order book building with Cosmos. And we are our own private blockchain. We're very institutionally focused. And right now, I mean, if I had to say what I'm looking for, it's really just to connect with founders. I love being able to see where the conversations go, hear about people's stories, and ultimately just connect and see about collaboration. We are about to launch testnet signups for people who want to participate in our incentivized testnet and come and try out the platform with paper money. None of it's real, so just come and click around, have fun. And yeah, really just looking to connect with traders, people who come from the energy or commodity space, and you know, less so investors. If there are people who are interested in talking, we're always happy to talk. We are raising for our pre-seed, but really just looking to connect with hedge funds for prop shops, quants, traders, people who are on the technical side and institutionally focused. I've been in this space for about, I'd say, 8 years now. Before working on this, I was over at Republic and Republic Crypto as a campaign manager and a fund manager. And in parallel to that, I was operating my what was essentially my first venture in the space as a Bitcoin mining operation here in the States. So got really in tune with those oil and gas guys here in the United States. We were mining off of natural gas. So great to connect. Thanks, Mikhail, for bringing us all together. This is really a wonderful thing to be able to do here just from the comfort of home. And I hope to be able to connect with some of you guys. I'll drop some socials here in the chat. I'll drop our Sphinx Protocol Twitter, and you can find my handles as well. And yeah, just happy to connect with anybody building in the space. Really excited.
So I'm Angela Brasington, Chief of Ecosystem at Andromeda. We are building Web3's first operating system, AOS, which has proven to condense development time from months to minutes. We are currently integrated on multiple L1s in the cosmos, including Andromeda, Terra, Archway, Neutron. Injective is up next, and we have a summer full of integrations coming up. We have also built Web3 University, which uses AOS and its suite of tools to educate and empower the next generation. And as Gulchen, our new member, just mentioned, we're working closely with Rise In and their phenomenal material for our program. Really excited about that. 2 universities have picked up our pilot program, and so we're working hard to get all that material ready and kick those things off. I am focused on connecting with L1s in the cosmos for integrations. We are calling on developers to innovate and build on AOS. We've got awesome incentives and built-in compensation for successful builds. I do encourage you all to check out our hacker board on our website at andromedaprotocol.io. Click on build with AOS at the top of the page, and then you'll see the hacker board at the drop down. And lastly, but not least, we're also interested in connecting with universities and blockchain clubs that might be interested in getting involved with our Web3U program. And thank you, Mikhail, for this and for all of your in-person meetups and all of these meetups. I love referring people here because I have gotten so much out of this community. I met Andromeda, who I'm with now through here. I've met so many of you wonderful faces. So thank you. Thanks so much. Happy to be here.
Hey, how's it going, everyone? Yeah, so my name's Alberto. I spearhead business development and partnerships here at Bitwave. And what we do is we'll take any project, anybody that's working with digital assets, and they have to account for their transactions either on-chain or off-chain through a custodian exchange, then we'll take all that data and sync it into traditional ERPs like QuickBooks, NetSuite, Workday. And then along with our CFO tech stack, we have B2B payments, either custodial payments through our integration with Coinbase Prime and custody, or we'll do on-chain payments. Right now, we are supporting on-chain payments for Ethereum and Polygon native assets. And then, yeah, so our end users are accountants, bookkeepers, CFOs, CFAs that are looking to do financial reporting, treasury management. Yeah, so that's kind of where we fit into the ecosystem. We have about 400 institutional clients ranging from crypto native, think of Magic Eden, OpenSea, finance teams, all the way up to Fortune 500 companies. We're an integration partner with Deloitte, so a lot of their team uses our software in order to do accounting and auditing for their clients. So yeah, that's a quick overview on Bitwave.
I built a Web3 sales agency. So we help you find your ideal customer profile. We'll give you a sales funnel. We'll give you a CRM. We'll operate it for you, qualify your lead, and close them for you. So kind of your in-house outsourced sales team. We're actually working with Stepin, so Stepin Recruiting and his recruiting firm. So yeah, awesome team. Love everything he's doing over there. So I'm glad he's going to be speaking here. But yeah, my team works with about 6 clients. If anybody's looking for that to help out their team, close some leads, hit me up.
I'm working on Flap right now, and Flap is a social token fair launch and trading platform. We are building it on Base and BNB, and right now our beta is live, so we're looking for beta testers or anyone who is in the Base ecosystem who want to find partners or collaborate. And we're also starting our pre-seed pretty soon, so happy to talk to investors as well.
the community is massively growing. Mikhail, your reach is getting stronger. It's really nice to be part of this. So just saying, thanks for everybody else to present. Where I'm coming from here, I work for a company called Sindri. We're in the ZK infrastructure platform space. We're actually launching a cool initiative, Mikhail, that could be of interest to some of the folks here, something called the ZK Circuit Hub, like a hugging face for ZK to some extent. So an ability for people to build in the open. So, I don't want to shill too much here. Happy to talk about that if anybody's interested. We're just trying to build a community around zero knowledge circuit development, as simple as that is.
I landed with Lava Network now. I'm doing a mix of customer success and BD. So we'll be onboarding a bunch of new clients here in the future, but we do an incentivized RPC platform. So essentially routing and like an Uber for RPC services. So rather than paying an Anchor, an Alchemy, or a Block Diamond $1 million a year, you can put money in an incentive pool, and that goes out to the top performing RPC providers on individuals' networks. So super fun, like more decentralized focused solution, a little bit more in that blockchain ethos. And it's been super successful. We're onboarding a bunch of new clients and have gotten to work with some really neat teams already. So if anyone's interested in the data infrastructure side of things, hit me up. Would love to chat. I'm happy to intro you into the team, but we do a ton of work in Cosmos and then all the way out to Ethereum, BNB, everything like that. So we're blockchain agnostic.
I am Tabassum. I'm originally from Bangladesh, but for the last 12 years, I have been living in Korea. And I have been working in the blockchain industry for past 8 years. And currently, I'm taking a break. Formerly, I was Chief Strategy Officer / Project Manager for a Metaverse blockchain Web3 company. And I have worked in a lot of projects related to Metaverse and blockchain together and some of the AI companies. And currently, I'm just I took the break because I wanted to figure out what I want to do next and if I have better opportunities somewhere else. And so I'm just here to connect. If someone really wants to see what's there in the Korean market, if you are coming to Korea or searching for anyone from the Korea side or anywhere else, it doesn't matter. So in that case, you can text me. I'm gonna put my Telegram ID here.
Next up, I want to invite Stepin to the stage to give us a quick rundown of what he's seeing on the job market / talent side.
A lot of companies that are a brand new, or it is companies that has been in the past cycle, but now they are rebranding or creating new projects, or new verticals. Those are the one coming now. With a stack of money and saying, okay, we are ready to hire. Now it's a really good time to actually poach some of the talent from outside, from other companies, because now this is the time where people are really, really willing to consider new opportunities because they feel a certain kind of stability for the few months ahead. And so it's actually a great time to be also looking for new employees and to actually headhunt them from other companies. And when it comes to roles, it's actually a complete variety. We are looking at all sorts of roles from the engineers, as well as the marketing people, as well as the business development and sales, as well as different kind of operations. A lot of funds with their investment associate roles, a lot of startups looking for a fundraising roles and so on. So right now it's not one thing that will be in particular more in demand. One interesting and basically last point, so to wrap up the 5 minutes, would be that a lot of companies are looking for a locally based BDs and growth managers that would help them to get into the new territories, let's say. So and particularly a lot of companies found out finally that East Asia is just huge when it comes to potential customers or clients and users. So there's a lot of companies that are trying to find the talent for locally there, which is quite interesting and quite actually a good idea because I can say from a few different some of the biggest clients we have, they are looking really into a locally targeting different kind of parts of the world, and especially if they haven't been to East Asia, they are looking into that right now. And yeah, the other way around as well. So by the way, if anyone will be looking for a job as well, that's going to be interesting way how to approach that. But anyway, yeah, we are hiring over 30 positions right now open for in the way of headhunting, and which is, first of all, if you know about anyone who would like to apply for some of those jobs, I will also drop our website here and my handle. You can always get in touch with me. or just send over a CV. Once again, either you or any of your friends or people that you know, and we are happy to help.
Question for Stepin, and he might not have the data that he was just talking about, but as far as a lot of us are founders or looking at runway and budgeting, have you been seeing the price for certain positions going up? Like, was a dev at 100,000 USD and now it's at 140 USD? Have you have any information on that now, or you could provide it later?
Oh yeah, just a quick response. Yes, like it's more about the candidates know that now they have a bigger leverage since there's more companies hiring again. So it is changing when it comes to what the talents are requiring. Especially a lot of them like feel very comfortable at their job at the moment, or maybe like the scarcity of the open roles is not as high. So yeah, that is actually happening. However, right now it's a bigger opportunity for negotiating when it comes to any kind of incentives, such as tokens or I don't know, bonuses or even like equities. It heavily depends on what roles we're looking for. Because before people were not really open to that much, because once again they were kind of scared what's happening. They didn't feel that these things would have such a value. Now they feel like, okay, well, everyone feels super safe, which I'm not sure if it's right or wrong, by the way. But yeah, this is a big opportunity to negotiate with the talent on that. So as a part of their package, and maybe go down with the compensation.
Thanks so much for all that insight. Seems like it generated a lot of interest from folks. So Sebastian, do a quick introduction about yourself as well for those that may be new to this meetup.
Yeah, for sure. So can you guys see? Oh yeah, nice. Okay, cool. Yeah, so I'm Sebastian. I work at Aquanow. The parent company Aquanow, we provide trading and payments APIs for financial service businesses who want to enable crypto on their platforms. So kind of like more like a Web 2.5 type of business, but we do that all over the world. I'm in Canada, but we've got offices in Dubai. We actually have a pretty big business in Istanbul, so it was interesting to hear the folks from Turkey talking earlier. And then we have a growing presence in Asia. We've got people in Hong Kong, Singapore, and Vietnam. I think we'll have offices in Singapore and Bangkok opening soon. So happy to chat on that kind of stuff if you think that's interesting. I work for our investment team, which is currently branded Anchorage Digital. We've got two funds. One is early stage venture fund, so writing checks at the pre-seed and seed levels. Happy to chat with some of the founders here, or maybe work with you on this new ventures initiative, Mikhail, that you've got going too. Can share a deal flow or take meetings or whatever it might be. And then we've got like a digital yield fund, which is a combination of like over collateralized kind of private lending. So your classic over collateralized Bitcoin loans or other assets as well. Like increasingly there's like things like people don't do it so much with ETH. There's a bit of it, but like like Solana or like a ton or like that kind of stuff where tokens are locked and foundations want access to capital. So we do that as well as some DeFi stuff. So happy to chat on the investment side about any of those kind of things, or just kind of network more broadly. I was unfortunately not able to make it to the event in Austin because I was absolutely slammed, like it sounds like some other people were. But yeah, so monthly we do reports like this. I also do some other content stuff which I could share if you're interested. But I'll skip over some of the more basic stuff. Like I think everyone kind of knows. We're halfway through the month now anyway, so the monthly performance things that changed last time aren't super relevant. But oh, weird. Oh, okay. One thing. Okay, so a couple things I think might be interesting just to highlight here in the interest of time would be like, so back when everyone was excited about the merge, the implied volatility that dealers were quoting, so called that like the price of options very, very loosely was quite elevated, because it was like, oh, people were thinking like ETH's gonna like have this like upside tail risk is kind of, you could kind of translate from that. And then since the spot ETF announced, you've had a little bit of a resurgence in Ethereum's relative implied volatility to Bitcoin's, and so we'll see if that lasts or what ends up happening. It's faded since, and I think this is a little bit outdated, but it has continued to fade a little. But it's interesting to see. We'll see if that comes back. That can often lead to sell the news type of situations where it's like there's all this exuberance priced into to options and like all this upside, and then if it doesn't happen, we saw what happened with Ethereum post merge, right? It didn't really perform as well, which was coinciding with excitement over the Bitcoin ETF. So we'll see what ends up happening and whatever flows come through. But this is something I'm watching. It's kind of interesting. And then one of the things that people have been talking about a little bit lately is the idea that you've seen some like really large inflows into the Bitcoin ETF, but you haven't seen corresponding price response. And I think that partially that's a result of people doing the basis trade using listed features on the CME. And so you see open interest in CME. Well, two things. On the one hand, it's cool to see open interest in the CME increase, especially while like overall open interest on like S&P 500 has kind of been kind of flat. So it's like kind of cool to see. Way different scales here, just to be very clear, but nevertheless, it's a neat little trend. And then the idea that people are buying Bitcoin and then shorting futures to try to capture that spread or the funding rate is interesting, and something to keep an eye on. It's like kind of like it doesn't really like add risk dollars to the space. There's some hedging components to that, which are which kind of offset the buying on the spot side of things. So anyway, something to think about. But something to watch. Overall, I think that we've been getting caught up in some of these like week-to-week flows, day-to-day flows, but like that's the chart on the left here. The chart on the right is like cumulative listed crypto funds flow. It's huge, right? Like it's just like that is like there's nothing bearish about that chart. It's super bullish. So like even though you might get some like day-to-day noise or week-to-week noise, it's like this is a huge paradigm shift in assets flowing into listed crypto funds. So pretty good. Of course, notably, the State of Wisconsin Investment Board announced a stake in their latest 13F, and they also have said that they're going to keep doing that. So anyways, you'll probably see a few more high-profile investors show up here. Wisconsin's pretty crypto friendly, but for listed Bitcoin fund to have passed like investment committee at a pension fund is insane. Like it's hard to get them to add like a private equity fund that's been around for like 15 years or something like that. So this is definitely a big thing that people talked about a lot, but like I think it says a lot. It can't be misstated. Here we're starting to see this is an important chart I think for the month. Like we saw that. So on the left, you've got the inverted yield, and then 10-year yield, and then the Bitcoin. So typically those things have been trending. So and then all of a sudden that decoupled. So yields were high and Bitcoin price was high. That kind of flowed over to the Nasdaq and gold as well. And that's tricky, right? Because if that obviously suggests that people are pricing in lower rates in the future, and we've had some lower inflation prints recently, which are positive, but the Fed was pretty hawkish yesterday, and so this is precarious. There's a lot of money kind of betting on this one scenario of lower rates happening, and any risk to that's going to see pullbacks, which is kind of what we're experiencing the last couple of days. This is kind of whatever. And then like I really I've been fascinated about like how this like AI theme is kind of blending into like other different sectors. Crypto's notwithstanding, but like now all of a sudden utilities are apparently getting bid up on the idea that they're going to have to redo the grid in the US, and so there's going to be all this new money flowing into Utes, which is kind of interesting, right? Like you wouldn't think that like high interest rates would be a good time to be buying utility stocks, and maybe this is just an oversold bounce, to say, but something a narrative I thought was kind of cool to talk about. And then there's just a bunch of stuff here about like some of the more interesting kind of like themes that like around maybe it's called financial nihilism, maybe it's just like people sitting around bored, like Bitcoin and Ethereum's not doing much, so they're kind of going to the next biggest thing, which is like meme coins. So you can check it out if you want. There's some interesting stats in there. Pump.fun, obviously, like kind of a game changer. And then there's some stuff on like social side of things that I think is just kind of interesting. But in the interest of time, I'll leave it. There's a slide here at the end too about MEV, which is coming under scrutiny in Europe again, which is kind of interesting. And we had seen like a decline in MEV bots overall, and then maybe a slight uptick recently. There's still a decent amount of sandwich trades happening relative to overall volumes, and so it's like what ends up happening with that. Different groups have taken different approaches, like something like I think like a Jito kind of like spreads out the like anyone people can share in the benefits of MEV versus others. It's a little bit more eat what you kill, so something to think about. But yeah, I'll leave it there. Happy to chat offline on this kind of stuff or dig into any of it. I can nerd out about crypto and finance and the intersection all day.
Always working hard on these reports. I love it. You come here like every month and share this information with us, and we can read about it, but you going through it, it just makes it that much more sticky. So it'd be curious to see what's going to happen with the price, because when you look at the inflows back in March, the price was at like 71,000, and now we're not even on that level, but the inflows more recently have been even higher. So it's kind of like what's really happening behind the scenes, but it's always interesting to see what's your take on it. So thanks so much for sharing that. Again, thanks so much for hopping on this call. Like, you guys are amazing, and I want to do this again. in 2 weeks. In the meantime, let's take the conversation into the group chat. If you guys need me, I'll be around.